Today's incident will wake up your soul. Please watch the incident till the end. An innocent child who was crying, clinging to his mother's grave. When the child cried, the mother came out of the grave. When the child was crying on his mother's grave, the mother's soul came out of the grave. What is a mother? And when her child suffers difficulties, then what happened to her? After hearing this surprising story today, your faith will be fresh. Those who love mothers, do listen to this story till the end. This is an incident from a village in India. In this village, a poor woman and her husband lived with their son. Viewers, this incident is about this woman. That woman was very pious and abstemious. The name of this woman was Zainab. Zainab's house had every happiness she wanted, but Allah had deprived her of the joy of having children. These two, husband and wife, had no children. 5 years had passed since their marriage. People used to tell various things to Zainab and taunt her that she was infertile and could not give birth to a child. They used to say to her husband that you should marry again. It has been 5 years since your wife did not give you the happiness of having a child. When Zainab heard these words of people, she would start crying in her heart. She would pray to Allah, "Oh Allah, I have faith in you. If you don't listen to my prayers, then who will listen?" These taunts, these words of people are breaking my heart. I don't know if you haven't written a child in my destiny. You write a child in my destiny because you accept the prayers of those who pray. In this way, only a few days had passed. Allah Ta'ala rewarded Zainab for her efforts. One day Zainab's health deteriorated. When her husband took her to the doctor told him, "Your wife is going to become a mother." Hearing that, both the husband and wife were overjoyed. Zainab started thanking Allah. Now both of them started becoming very happy. The people who used to taunt them were now praising them that Allah had given them to rely on. She kept being patient and tolerating people's words. Zainab was very happy and her husband was happy with her too. Finally, the day came when Zainab gave birth to a lovely son. When Zainab gave birth to a son, God's will was such that during the birth of the child, Zainab's health suddenly deteriorated with this pain, and she left this world. Zainab had passed away. On one hand, her husband was happy, and on the other hand, he was very upset after seeing the separation from his wife. On one side, Allah gave the happiness of a son. On the other side, his wife left him and went away. She could not even see her own son. The child for whom she was yearning to have, she could not even see the face of her child in the last moments. Now what will I do without her? How will I raise my child? He started crying a lot because he was deeply in love with his wife. He started saying that, "Don't leave me. How will I raise your son without you?" But what can happen? The test was very big. Allah Ta'ala gave him the courage and he kept patient. He started taking care of his child himself. Zainab wished that his son's name should be Haider, so he followed his wife's wish and named her son Haider. Days passed like this, and Haider little grew. His father was raising him well. He never let him feel the absence of his mother. He got him admitted in a good school. Now he was also the mother of his son and the father too. Haider never realized that he did not have a mother, because his father had brought him everything which he used to take out of his mouth. His father would fulfill it immediately. He would always keep him happy. He would never feel the absence of his mother. His father would never let tears come in his eyes because he loved his son immensely. People used to praise how much he cared for his son after his wife's death. He was happy. His life was going very well, but sometimes when he thought of his wife, then he used to start crying. He would not have cried in front of his son. 4 years have passed like this. Now people are saying this. They were saying that you should marry again. Your child is growing up. Who will take care of it? And you are not that old yet. You are also young and anyway, when you go to work, your child remains alone at home. Bring a housewife into the house who will run your house and take care of your child. He should not feel the absence of his mother. He agreed to their words and marries a beautiful girl. The girl was also very beautiful. Nasir also decided that if I get married, my second wife will take good care of the child. I will not have to worry about my son being alone at home. When I go to work, I will not have to worry about it. When he gets married, that girl comes to his house as a bride. On the first night, he tells his wife that this is my son. His name is Haider. Ever since his mother died, I have been raising him. His mother had died on the day of his birth. He has not seen his mother till date. My child has never seen a mother's love. You will give him mother's love. That's why I got married with you, so that you consider my child as your own and take good care of him. His wife was very clever. That girl said, "Don't worry. This is not your son, but from today onwards he is my son too. You should remove the worry about this from today onwards, that your son is alone, that he must be missing his mother. From today onwards I am his mother. I will take very good care of him." The girl had a bad habit that she used to do a lot of makeup. The days of her life passed like this. Now Nasir had given up worrying about the child, and he was confident that he has found a mother and my second wife is taking care of him, and the child was very happy too. His heart was attached to the new mother, but now this woman had started getting irritated with the child because she was becoming jealous of her, because now she herself was going to be the mother of a child, and she wondered how much her father loved her. If I have children, he will not love them so much. The woman was now jealous. She was showing the form of her stepmother. She would look at the child with evil eyes and devouring eyes. Whenever Nasir was at work, she would often scold him at home and say that I am not your mother. Don't you understand now? You will do the household work yourself. I can't feed you anymore. I will adore you in front of your father. But when he goes away, I will treat you this badly because you are not my child. How can I love you? My future child is my real child, and I will love only him. Till he comes into this world, I will get you out of this house so that your father loves only my child. Now the woman had started getting jealous of this child. She started getting him to do big things which this tiny creature could not do. The child had started crying all the time. Now he started feeling the absence of his mother because the child started growing up within time, and he started understanding everything that she is not my real mother, because Nasir had also started taking his son to his real mother's grave and telling him that she is your mother. He couldn't say to his father out of fear. That little life could not bear it, and told the whole thing to her father. The father got very angry and says to his wife, "What is this child saying? Did you do this to him?" So that deceitful woman started crying and started shedding tears fakely. She started saying, "How did you believe this false statement of such a small child? He is a child. He has said this while playing like this," but that father did not believe in the words of the child. This is a child. He must have said this by mistake. Nasir also believed in response to his wife's words. After the father left, the woman started saying, "You have so much courage that you have complained about me to your father? Get out! Get lost from my house!" That cruel woman starts beating this innocent child and starts torturing him. "Get out and never come back. If you come back, then I will kill you." He was a child. He got scared. He started crying and started saying, "Amma, don't say this. Don't do this. Where will I go? I get scared." The woman said, "I am not your mother. Have you heard? Why don't you understand? I am your stepmother, not your real mother. Go get out of here. Now there is no place for you in this house. Only my child will remain in this house, not you." He was an innocent child. He left home out of fear and wandered hungry for several days. He picked up leftover food from the streets and ate it. His life had now become desolate. The child had become a beggar. He started collecting junk and selling it here and there. When Nasser came home, his wife was crying. That deceitful woman was doing drama. He asked his wife the reason for crying. "What happened? Why are you crying, and where is Haider?" She said that they had been robbed. "We are destroyed. My child Haider has been kidnapped by someone. I was sleeping and that child was playing outside. When I came out, someone had kidnapped him and taken him away." What could I do? I tried to find him several times, but I could not find him anywhere. Nasir could not understand the deceit of his wife. He melted after seeing the false tears on his wife's face. He started saying, "Really? My son has been kidnapped." His wife started crying fakely, and he was very worried as to where his child had gone and who had kidnapped him. The ground slipped from under his feet. He said to his wife, "Come with me, let's find our child. Allah will help us that we will find him. My world has been ruined. What will I do without him? I will die because of this." He started searching for him with his clever wife in the streets. Despite many efforts, he could not find the child because the child had gone somewhere. That innocent child kept wandering around like this. Now Hader kept crying in the memory of his mother. Now he was remembering his mother. "Oh, my mother, if you were in this world, I would not have wandered around like this today." Because now he had grown up and had understood a lot. One day he thought that he would go to his mother's grave and tell her the whole situation. That child comes to his mother's grave and starts crying loudly, starts screaming, starts shouting. It seems as if his mother is listening to him. He says, "Mother, look, you left me and left behind your child. Your Hader was thrown out of the house because of this. His father also left him. The stepmother tortured me. How did you leave me, mother?" Mothers are the shelter of their children. They are the shelter. The child does not suffer any trouble while being a mother. You are the only one who came here and slept. Your child is exhausted in pain. I am hungry. I have had nothing to eat for many days. After hearing all this, the soul of the child's mother becomes yearning. The soul of this child's mother comes. It is the work of Allah that she comes out of the grave. She comes out after seeing the yearning of her child. When the child sees the mother in front of his eyes, he jumps with joy and he hugs his mother. She was feeling the pain of the child, and by the order of Allah, she was present right now in front of him. The child was crying, hugging his mother and telling her the pain in his heart, saying, "My father has remarried. My stepmother beat me and threw me out of the house. Mother, now I will not go back to my house. I will stay with you." That child tells the whole incident to his mother. His mother starts crying. A mother is a mother whether the mother is in this world or not. Her soul feels the pain of the child. In this way, Zainab also felt the pain of her child, and by the order of Allah, she appeared in front of her child. Here the father is languid in sorrow due to his son's grief. He started remembering his wife and child. "Oh Zainab, you have gone from this world. You have taken away all the happiness. You gave one happiness to the child and that too is gone. Where have you gone, you two, mother and son? Come back, I don't feel well." His second wife was also surprised because Nasir's heart was now extinguished. She had understood that he loved the child very much and I had done a lot of wrong. She said, "You should not be sad like this. Our new child is going to come into this world. He will also be your child. You will love him too." But none of this made any difference to Nasir. He did not feel any happiness. He kept crying all the time. He even stopped going to work. He kept crying all the time, remembering his child and wife. One day when he went to the cemetery to visit his wife's grave, he was shocked to see this scene because his wife and his child were sitting on the grave and eating food. His wife was busy in worship, and he was seeing this entire scene with his own eyes. For the first time, he felt as if he was seeing a dream, but it was not a dream, it was a reality. Seeing this scene, tears came out of his eyes, and with courage he went towards them. Soul is soul. She disappeared, but the child was present. He started saying, "Abba, you are not my father. Go away from here. I live here only with my mother. Your second wife threw me out of the house. My stepmother tortured me a lot. I told you that she tortured me, but you did not believe me and accepted what your second wife said as true. She must have lied to you. But I have been with my mother for a long time. My mother gives me food every day, takes good care of me. That mother was not good with me." The child tells everything. Nasir's heart aches after hearing the child's sad words. He could not believe that that deceitful woman would turn out to be so deceitful and cruel. Here reality would be exposed in front of him. Thinking this, he got so angry that he ran away and brought his son with him and said to his wife, "Oh clever and deceitful woman, don't you feel ashamed? You have such a stone heart. You have tortured my child so much. Don't you feel ashamed? You too are going to be a mother. You didn't think that not your child but someone's child. This is my blood. Why did you do this? You will no longer stay in the house. I divorce you right now. The child who is born will be mine. I will keep it myself. Now you get out of here. I don't care where you go, but I will divorce you and set you free. Get lost from my life and let me and my child live peacefully. You came in the form of fire in our happiness and burnt everything and turned it into anger. Now you will not stay in this house forever. Then all your plans have failed. Allah has brought your reality in front of me and has made such miracles that I will never forgive you in life and will not keep you in my house at all. Nasir was about to divorce her and throw her out of the house when she fell at his feet and started crying loudly, apologizing and saying, I admit that I have tortured this child a lot. For God's sake, please forgive me. I don't know what happened to me. I had fallen prey to the greed of love for my child. I used to think that when my child is born, then you will not love him more than Haida, and all the love is only for Haida. That is why I tortured your child and even threw him out of the house, but I promise you that even the first mistake is forgiven by Allah. Now I will not commit any mistake. Now forgive me, don't divorce me. I promise that I will love Haida more than a mother. Nasir was not able to believe her words, but when Haida told his father that Abba, give this mother a chance and see if she is telling the truth. Forgive her. On Haida's insistence, Nasir agrees to give his second wife a chance and forgives her. Haida's second mother forgives is now fully fulfills his expectations. She really gives Haida a lot of love and affection and mother's love, seeing which Nasir also becomes happy. He starts living a happy life with his child Haida and had forgotten the old sorrow, and now her child had gone into the new happiness of life. A mother is a mother. If a mother is alive, she never lets her child be harmed. If she has gone from that world, then her child is being tortured in this world and is in trouble, then the mother's soul feels this whole scene. She feels that her child is in trouble. That is why Allah has placed heaven under the feet of the mother. Mother has achieved such a great position. Those people are lucky in whose house the shadow of mother is present. The house where mother is present, the house remains green, and the house from where the mother leaves the house becomes deserted. The beauty of this house ends because all the beauty is due to the power of the mother. Allah Ta'ala keeps everyone's mothers safe and give a long healthy life, and may our mother's shadow remain over our heads, and may we save all our children from disobeying their parents. Ameen Ya Rabbul Alameen. Dear friends, we hope that you would have liked this story. If so, like the video, share it, and also subscribe the channel. You will keep hearing similar stories on this channel.